Here's a strategy that we use to negotiate property below market value, or sometimes people call it BMV, to purchase it in a way that you make profit day one. You're locking in a profit. So for example, if a property is worth, say, £100,000 and you're purchasing at £80,000, you're making £20,000 paper profit day one. It's paper profit because it's locked into the property. It's only when you sell that you will actually be able to release that money and create a profit. But this is what we call a B&B transaction. How is it that we can go about finding these? Because think also about, if you want to purchase an item that you like, you could go and purchase it right now. Or if you know that a sale might be on, you may be able to buy the exact product in the sale at a lower price. And that's essentially what we're doing. So when we think about why would somebody sell a £100,000 house for £80,000, well, why would they? It doesn't make any sense. Of course they wouldn't. Well, in fact, some people do. Most won't, but a few will. So our job is to identify who are the ones that may sell their property at a lower price, and what is the reason behind that. And we call this category of people motivated sellers, people that are keen to sell. So what kind of things is it that we are referring to that would drive motivation? So sometimes it could be that divorce scenario, people want to get this wrapped up quickly, they want to move on, they're prepared to be flexible in the price. I accept a lower price to be able to get it done quickly. So it's often driven by time. It may be someone's relocating to another part of the country. Again, it's often the exchange of speed that allows somebody to be flexible in the price for them accepting property. Also, it can be things like debt, for example. There might be arrears, financial problems, and they want to get the property sold quickly, get the money from that in order to clear some other items or maybe even prevent repossession. So in fact, there's many, many different reasons why somebody would sell a property below its true value. So our job is to understand who those people are, how to find them, and then having a conversation with them in order to be able to agree a price. Now, let's say they've got the property on the open market, it's been advertised for sale, and let's say it's been advertised, it's £100,000 property, it's up for £100,000, it may even be up for £95,000, but it hasn't sold for months. So how do we know that they will accept a lower price? So we look for certain clues that will allow us to understand where somebody might be motivated. So for instance, it may be there's multiple agents trying to sell that property, i.e. there's more than one for sale sign on that particular property. They may be that the property was sold previously, subject to contract, and of course these things take several months, and for whatever reason or another, that sale has collapsed. Now the property's come back onto the market again and become available again. It may be that there's had several price drops. It started off 100,000, then it went to 98, then it went to 95, then it went to 92. So it's had several price drops. All of these little clues allow us to identify, well, actually, it looks like this person may be keen to sell. So that's how we find the right person to try and speak to. Then the conversation really is around, I'm interested in buying the property. And then the objective of the negotiation is to understand what is it that they're willing to accept, what is it that they need, and how can we create a win-win situation. It's not really about driving the lowest possible price, trying to take advantage of somebody's situation. Although there are some unscrupulous people in our industry that will do that, you don't need to. There's lots of money to be made by working an ethical and fair way that works for everybody. So in a situation where, for example, somebody needs to move by a certain date, let's say, for example, job relocation, if they're not able to sell by that date, there could be significant costs that they're going to incur. So they're thinking about offsetting those costs. If I get it sold quickly, it means I don't have to incur all those other costs. And what's that worth to me? How flexible am I willing to be on the price in order to be able to achieve the thing I want to do? So this negotiation process, if you like, it's understanding what it is that we're looking for, what's the opportunity there for us to be able to create some profit from that particular property, and what are the motivations that's driving that person? What is it that they want? What is it that they're willing to accept, which may not be the same thing? And then can we reach either a number that's acceptable to them and acceptable to us for it to be a profit, and often that's below the value of the property, or times we're looking for a flexibility in the way we put the deal together. So for instance, it could be pay some of the money now, some of it's being paid later. It might be something creative like a lease option or assisted sale. There's many other creative ways to do deals as well. And those are generally designed to work where somebody's motivated and keen to sell, but they don't necessarily need all the money from the sale right now. They just need the thing done by a certain time frame. So these are the methods and the things that we do in order to secure property below market value.